Today we are going to talk about the best arena team comps for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. By the end of this video, you should have a great idea of which team comps will be the strongest. Let's get right into the ranking. First up, we have Warlock Shaman. In Wrath, Shamans get some very solid buffs which make them much stronger in arenas. Wind Shear is a crazy strong range interrupt on a 6-second cooldown. And you get Hex, which is a strong polymorph type effect. Plus, Resto Shaman goes perfect with Affliction Warlock. You have completely insane damage to go with great control and so many interrupts. Plus, you have all your totems like Tremor Totem and Grounding Totem to counter spellcast. And of course, you're always only one CC chain away from a win. At number 4, we have Ret Paladins paired with everything. Ret Paladin is really broken in Wrath. They have so much utility with things like Hand of Protection and Freedom. Plus, they have the new talent Art of War for instant off heals. And don't forget those sacrifices and magic and poison dispels too. Rets go amazingly well with hunters, they go great with rogues, they pump with mages, and they pair fine with any healer. Ret Paladin is the perfect support DPS class in Wrath of the Lich King. If you can think of a class to pair well with Ret Paladin, it's probably going to win more often than not. At number 3, we have Disc Priest Feral Druid. This comp has incredible ability to stay on target with infected wounds. You also get Predatory Strikes, which gives you instant cast Cyclones for near constant crowd control. This is a tanky, defensive comp with every annoying spell you can think of. Don't forget that the priest has Dispels and Mana Burns, which he'll happily be using on cooldown. In TBC, this comp was rarely played, but now expect to see a lot of very annoying Druid Priest teams. At number 2, we have Shadow Priest Rogue. If you hated playing against Shadow Priest Rogue in TBC, this is a whole new animal. Shadow Priests are a lot stronger now and pair even better with Rogue than they did in TBC. This comp has some of the highest burst damage in the game since it's essentially double DPS, but the Shadow Priest is also a lot tankier now. You have Dispersion, which is a very strong 90% damage reduction ability for 6 seconds every 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Psychic Horror is a great new Shadow Priest ability that causes the target to drop their weapon for 10 seconds. Perfect for extending the game and keeping your team alive or preventing some enemy peels so you can end the game quick. At number 1, we have Holy Paladin Arms Warrior. Arms Warrior plus Holy Paladin is the unstoppable killing machine of Wrath. This will be at least 30% of the ladder in Wrath Classic. You take buffed warriors with every quality of life change they can dream of, and then you add in Holy Paladins at their peak, most overpowered state, keeping the warriors free to hit anything and everything. Speaking of Holy Paladins, Holy Paladin is unbelievably buffed in Wrath. Beacon of Light duplicates heals on the target, while Sacred Shield is a ridiculous buff that absorbs 500 damage every time the target is hit, and it scales with spell power. This ability alone makes it so difficult for teams without purges to deal with Paladins. Meanwhile, Divine Plea gives you a mini Innervate similar to Druids with 25% total mana for 15 seconds every minute. Before we cover the best 3s comps in Wrath, please give the video a like. I'm working on more PvP content you can't afford to miss going into Wrath. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button and click the notification bell. I don't want you to miss these new PvP uploads. First up, we have Ret Paladin Hunter Priest. You get all the amazing damage, utility, and off healing from the Paladin. Meanwhile, the Hunter now basically has freedom in the form of Master's Call, and of course, instant Mortal Strike from Aim Shot. And the Disc Priest gets to enjoy a relaxing game of dispelling targets and mana burning anybody he wants to. With so much CC from the Hunter and overall high comp utility, this comp will never be easy to play against. Next up, we have Shadow Priest Mage Shaman. This comp has completely insane burst damage plus very high utility. You get all of the new Shaman toys like Hex and Wind Shear, plus Psychic Horror adds additional defensiveness. Plus, you have multiple offensive purges from the Priest and the Shaman to keep targets clean. And the Mage can even slow down those pesky warriors that you'll be seeing practically every game. This is a very high skill comp that can beat anybody, but it'll be reliant on a top-notch Mage and Shaman. At number 3, we have Warlock, Shaman, Druid. This comp has ridiculous single target burst from the Shaman and the Warlock, and the CC chains are horrifying with fears, hexes, cyclones, roots. It's just the worst. Why isn't this comp ranked number 1, you might ask? Well, it has a very high skill ceiling, so definitely expect some rank 1 versions to pop up on the ladder. But at lower MMRs, this comp will be farmed by the high damage, easy to play comps we'll be talking about next. At number 2, we have Warrior, Death Knight, Holy Paladin. This comp has the highest damage of any of the comps on single targets. Plus, this comp will be far and away the most popular in most MMR brackets. This comp is relatively easy to pick up and play. You just stick on a target and kill them in a matter of seconds. If you want a solid comparison to this comp, imagine the 3s comps of TBC with Shamans, Paladins, and Warriors. Now, imagine a team with more damage, more utility, and 3 plate wearers instead of that squishy enhancement Shaman. Yup, that's a nightmare. At number 1, we have Warrior, Ellie Shaman, Paladin. Warrior and Holy Paladin is already part of the strongest 2s comp, so throw in an Ellie Shaman for control, huge range damage, and constant interrupts. The Warrior will be doing whatever he wants all game, while the Shaman will be pumping insane damage and interrupting a spell every 6 seconds. Not to mention the ridiculous utility from the Holy Paladin and the Shaman. In my opinion, this is the strongest comp in Wrath of the Lich King. But that doesn't mean other comps aren't viable and couldn't beat this comp. The beauty of Wrath is that everybody got buffed and anything can work. If you have a comp that you're really passionate about and you know inside and out, you can probably beat even the meta arena comps. So don't overthink this, just play what you want to play and have as much fun as possible. Okay, so by now you should know the best arena comps for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. But now I want to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think will be the best arena comp in Wrath of the Lich King? For me, I think it's going to be that Holy Paladin Warrior combo. It's just so tough to stop and it's so much damage. I can't wait to play it in Wrath. If you liked this video, make sure to check out my gearing guide for getting ready for Wrath of the Lich King as quickly as possible. I've got a bunch of secrets in there to get you geared up as fast and as easy as you possibly can.